Yay. So thank you for taking the time out of your day to come on to this meeting. So I wanted to talk about the, the all access launch. I know that a lot of us are like, what is this and how are we going to present it? And I know I talked to Julia the other day and she was a little bit worried about it. And then I talked to Haley and she was a little bit worried about it. So basically, hey, give me a minute. Give me that. So basically the way I've been presenting it is I'm using Colleen's idea as a step down pricing. And I really liked this idea because it gave our customers options, or our challengers or whatever, or coaches, whomever. So the first one, like what we're calling the base challenge pack, is now like our initial challenge pack. So say the 21-day fix is now going to be considered our base challenge pack. And then a step up from that would be like the 21-day fix kickstart challenge pack, because a lot of people, want to do like a detox or something maybe before. And I know me personally, I haven't really ever offered that before unless someone else like mentioned it, or they said, oh, I kind of want to do like a refresh. And then I'd be like, oh, the kickstart, right? But like, why not offer that all the time? Because why not? We don't know unless we ask, right? And then a step up from that would be the all access on demand. So I actually spoke with someone last night about it, someone that wanted to be a coach. And I let him know, this is what the base price is for the challenge pack that you want. For X amount of dollars more, we can upgrade you to have a year of all the programs. And he's like, why? They asked, what do I want that for? I'm like, because we are setting you up for a long-term plan, not just like, here's one program for 30 days and now you're done by. I'm showing them like, this is a long-term thing. We're doing this, like, this is a lifestyle. This isn't just like a one and done. And if they don't want it, that's totally fine. But it is a big savings because they don't have to pay the quarterly $40 fee. What is it, like 3 or 4 times a year or something, like 4 times a year, I think, for 40 or 38 or whatever it is, depending on your area. They don't pay that. So they pay the $199 up front. They get all access to everything, plus everything that comes out in 2017 as well, which is really cool that they're giving us like ahead of time access to everything. And I believe it renews every year at $99 if they want to keep doing it. But overall, it's the best value. And the gentleman I did present it to last night was really interested. He's like, yeah, why would I not do that? Because it's only like $40 more and I get everything versus just one, and then I have to come back and spend $50 in a month or two to get another program. So that's definitely my favorite way to present it, is the step down. Does that make sense to you guys? Like the base package is 21-day fix now with the challenge pack. That's like the base. And then a step up from that is the kickstart, because that's only like what, 10 or 20 bucks more. And then up from that would be the all access, which is everything. And they get their containers, their shaker cup and their Shakeology. So they still get everything. But it's just digital access. So they don't actually have discs. That's the only thing. But I mean, most people don't really use discs anymore anyways. Most people use their laptops and their, I don't know, whatever the heck, your device, phone, computer, anything. So yeah, that's the way I present it. And I didn't have anything specifically planned. I just know you guys had questions about it. What was the other thing we were going to talk about? Haley, do you know? Anyone, can you remind me? I literally just finished my workout. I'll look if you want to talk to me.
How much does it cost if one of our current like Beachbody customers wants to upgrade to it? Is it just the price difference between what they were paying for on-demand before?
So it's $99. They have to be an on-demand member already. I just, one of my success partners shared a post with me that she posted in her wellness community to her existing customers. And I just shared it in Rising Lotus. I don't know if you want to copy it or you want to tag your people on it and be like, oh my gosh, upgrade. This is awesome. Because it's $99 for them, and they can click that link that's at the very bottom and it will just submit their upgrade. And then they don't pay the $40 anymore ever again. They just pay $99 a year from now if they want to keep it.
And then same thing for us to upgrade, correct?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, same thing for us to upgrade as well. I'm looking at what I said I wanted to talk about. I know Audrey was presenting it. She was doing a filling thing, which was kind of cool. I think we jumped in on that. One of the main things I wanted to make sure I remind you guys of is just because we have like a new launch or a new product doesn't mean we have to go like full throttle sales mode, because I know we don't want to be salesmen. So don't feel pressured to be like, oh my God, I have to talk about this. How am I going to talk about it? Because for me, I'm not really planning on talking about it too much in my posts. I mean, I can maybe weave it in there, but not like, hey, we just released this new thing and it's this much and you pay this and then that and you get this, because that would be like, it doesn't feel right to me. And it's not something I would say out loud to someone. I'm really just presenting it to everyone behind the scenes. So what was the other thing? Oh, and then one thing I think I went over a little bit last week that I've been doing is setting up my 90-day goals for the first quarter of our Beachbody quarter. We have 4 quarters in a year. Our first quarter is December for 2017. It's December. It starts tomorrow. It's December 29th to March 29th. So I have my planner here, and I planned out my first 3 months. And this has already made me feel like way less stressed out about the month, because I know what I'm inviting to and I know what I have to offer. So I went through my planner and I wrote down like, okay, the Beachbody Health Bet begins on the 9th. So I know 2 weeks prior to that, I'm going to be talking about that like crazy, because I'm advertising for people to do this with me. So like right now when I post my accountability and I post all my stuff, like I'm talking about this, and we can get paid to log our activity, right? And then I say, 30-minute workouts, drink a shake, and stay accountability to a group. And I let people know what I have to offer in every single one of my posts, because I don't want there to be any guesses when they message me and they're like, hey, what's that thing you're talking about? And then I'm like, oh, we do workouts. So I'm like, oh, you work out? So I'm like really upfront about what I have to offer in all my posts. But yeah, back to this. This really helps. So I put the health bet there. Then I have when Super Saturday is. That way I know, because we can advertise for that too. We can talk to any of our potential in our area, people that are challengers that maybe want to be a coach, people that are coaches already and want to get into the community more. That's on the 7th, January 7th. And the health bet starts January 9th. And then I've got some trips planned out. And then I'm even going as far as to following up with people. So all these people right here, all the people I'm currently talking to in the month of December. So I'm going to go through these people that say no. And I'm going to say, awesome, when do you want me to follow up with you in January? And they're going to give me a date or a roundabout date. And I'm going to put it on my calendar so I know who to follow up with when. And then that plans out my month even further. But I'm not trying to overwhelm myself. I'm just trying to make myself have less anxiety because the way this business works is in quarters. So if we plan out 3 months, and then at the end of that 3 months, we reevaluate our goals and what we have going on, it's a lot less heavy and less stressful. So we can be like, okay, so what's our goal for the first 3 months of the business? So for me, I wrote for obviously the first month, I want to help 17 people. I always set my Success Club goal higher than I've ever achieved because I don't want to like lower it. So I always set it higher, and I've never helped 17 people, but I've helped 16 in 1 month. So then I say help 2 coaches achieve Emerald, and that's my January goal. I'm kind of just planning it out. And then February, I did the same thing. I marked when the health bet ends. That way I know, and when my next challenge group starts, which is the second Monday, I believe. Yeah, the second Monday of February. So then I know the 2 weeks prior to that, I'm going to be advertising the shit out of that challenge group and getting people into that one. What else do we have? I don't have anything else set up in February. I'm still kind of working on it, but it's already helped me so much. And then I wrote down when the end of the first quarter is, because that's when I need to go over my goals again and plan for the next 3 months. It's breaking it down, especially for, us and introverts as like a whole. Like we need the step-by-step process, not just like how to get from plan A to, like looking at it as a whole, it looks really overwhelming and daunting. So it's so much less stressful to think about 2017 in chunks. What did you say, dude? I'm literally saying, I don't have audio. Don't mind me stuffing my face.
Oh my God, you can hear me.
I can totally hear you, and I can hear like this womp womp every time you talk.
Oh my God, I thought I was on mute. I'm sorry. No, I just wanted to ask, the new challenge group that you're talking about that you offer every month, that's all in the Tracker app, correct?
Yeah. The thing that I'm advertising, like I talk about the wellness community because I think it's amazing. I put people that are potentially interested in wanting to coach or wanting to start with us in there as well, just so they can get an idea of what we're about. I don't just throw random people in there, but people that definitely have an interest, they're more than welcome. But the accountability or my challenge tracker is strictly for my challenge pack people, and I can monitor them in there because I know that you guys are learning now how to go into the my tracker portal. Or can I have that? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's obnoxious. The my tracker portal thing, and you can go in there and you can actually like filter your people that you've added, and you can see how many shakes they've logged, how many workouts they've logged, you know, and you can see like more in depth into their profile. You can see their before photos if they've allowed that to be shown with you. You can see their progress, if they've lost any inches, if they've lost any pounds, and that's just a really yeah.
Do you know, have you heard anything about Beachbody like changing the format as far as like not having to log on for the desktop part of it, so we don't have to do that?
Well, you don't have to use the desktop. I know you're not gonna be able to see this, but you can do the My Challenge Tracker portal from your phone.
Yeah, I know that, but you can't see like the people's progress.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Or like who's logged in. Like, I mean, you can see who's logged in, but it's easier to see it on the desktop. But I didn't know if you heard anything about it changing.
No, I think the mobile version is just very simple. I think they haven't gone in depth yet about that. I mean, I don't mind doing it on the computer because I feel like it's easier than getting arthritis in my fingers doing this all day. But no, I don't think they're changing that anytime soon, because this is all new. How long have we even had this? Like less than 6 months? So yeah, the challenge group I advertise for is always the My Challenge Tracker one. And
can you hear me?
Yes. Talk to me.
Okay, good. I was gonna say one thing. I don't know if you guys have heard about the Chalene Johnson journals. She just came out with them. I honestly don't even know if they're for sale yet. But they're made for introverts. They're only like 90 days long, so they only have 3 months in them. And they don't have the months, so you can fill out all that, so it doesn't have to be like, you know, January through December or whatever. And they're super simple, and they're pretty much made for Beachbody coaches. So
a journal? So like where you write notes, or like a planner? No,
like a calendar, like a planner calendar thing. Those are really cool, and I totally want to get some because they're really simple, and they're for you know, like quarterly journals, and they come in 4 packs, so you get a whole year's worth. And they're really cute. So
does that go along with her 90-day push? Do you know? Did you see anything about that? Because I know she does a 90-day push too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that goes along with that or not, or if it's separate. I just follow her on Snapchat.
Yeah.
So that's how I seen that.
That's great.
One other question I had for you is, your whiteboard behind you, how do you organize that?
Oh my gosh. I just learned about the whiteboard thing in the Expert Coach Academy by Liz Colleen's.
Yeah.
Coach. So basically I do it the same way I do my follow-ups. Like, I'm just a visual person and I like to write. So I need the people I'm speaking to front and center, or I forget what I'm doing. So I organize it by, I put their name. So if so-and-so say Haley reached out to me and she's like, what are you doing? And I'll, you know, I want to do the 21-day fix. And then we start talking about it. I'm going to write Haley, Facebook, 21-day fix, you know, chocolate or whatever we talked about. And then I'm going to write the date that we last talked. And then I'm going to keep following up until she says, yes, I'm ready to go, or I'm going to keep following up with her until she says no or blocks me. That's basically, I try to keep it as simple as possible, because we overcomplicate it and then we don't do it, because if it gets too complicated, it's like, right? Yeah. So keeping it as simple as possible. Like, who is it? Where did you talk to him at? When's the last time you talked to him? What did you talk to him about? And I just keep this front and center here. And I'll move, like I have a January, I've already started moving people over to January. So if they've told me no, they're going to go from December to my January, and I'm going to harass them next month.
Okay. I
don't know if you guys watch my videos, the part 1 and part 2 thing about how I control the conversations. I just posted it today, made it, and I posted it on YouTube. When someone reaches out to me, or they come to me, or they show an interest in what I'm doing, and we start talking and they say they want to get started, but they're not ready yet or whatever, like, I keep following up with them until they pull the trigger, because they made it like my problem. Like, it's my job to help them. And by them telling me, like, I know they need my help. So like, I'm not worried that they're going to be mad or whatever, them following up, because I was speaking to this girl, as I told Haley's team, I think it was a few weeks ago. I was speaking to this girl for like 6 months, and she was like, you know, stringing me along. So I was finally just like, what are we doing? Like, you said you were ready, and you then you just don't follow through. Like, what's going on? And she's like, I actually have to wait till payday. And I was like, cool. Okay. When is payday? So I got like serious about it, because I've kind of been like all over the place with follow-ups, and I'm kind of finally just getting in a groove of how to do it and just being upfront and assertive with what I have to offer and what I have to say. Like, I don't dance around the follow-up anymore. I'm just like, hey, are you in or not? Basically, because what are they going to say? No. Okay. Why? Because I have to wait till I get paid. Okay. When do you want me to follow up with you? How about next Friday when I get paid? Awesome. Write them down in my planner here. Follow up with Haley next Friday. Friday comes around. Hey, are you ready? Because you said, your goal was X, Y, and Z. I want to get you in my group. Let's go. I don't know. It's just like, okay, well, I'm going to check in with you in a week then. I'm just going to keep harassing you. And then I kept doing this to this girl. And she was like, I just want to thank you for following up with me. And I was like, really? Because like no one said that to me before. And I was like, really? Why do you say that? And she's like, because it just means that I matter and that you care and that I'm important. And I feel important because you've continued to follow up with me. And I was like, duh. Because Colleen followed up with me for a year. And imagine, if she didn't, I wouldn't have reached back out to her and been like, okay, I'm ready now, right? Like, she followed up with me and she pursued me. And if she hadn't, I wouldn't be here right now. So I just want you guys to think about that when you're, worrying about following up with people. Because I know right now is like the season for like ultimate follow-ups and just hitting everyone back up and excuse me, letting them know that, it's time to go, because people get really excited about the new year and they want to get healthy. And that's usually the top of everybody's priority list, especially when the new year comes around. So if they don't do it through you, they're going to do it through someone else. If you're a coach and you haven't made that clear to them that you want to help them and you haven't invited them, someone else is going to. And whether it be another coach or a gym or a class, like, it's going to happen. So it's up to you to, make sure that you're the one front and center. Like, hey, this is what I have to offer. Do this with me. Does that make sense? What else? What else can I elaborate on? I feel like that's all I wanted to talk about. Haley, what do you think? Bree, anything? Oh, I just added a ton more resources to our wellness center, or our wellness community. Our wellness community. I added a ton of resources in our photo album section, just because I felt like for the new year, it'd be cool to like have something more to talk about. Like, hey, we just, we have everything for you. We have all the meal plans. We have all this. We have the shopping list. Like, you don't have to do anything. And it'll be cool to be confident in talking to people about that. Like, you don't have to do anything. We have it all for you, right? And you can tell them that. And then when they go to the wellness community, you can be like, here it is. We have it all for you, right? Tag them on the stuff. Show them. This is how you get started. I'm going to help you. Do you have any questions? I thought that was cool. And I was actually going to do a recipe section, but I'm not good at that. So Haley's going to help. And then I was going to snag some from Bree and kind of just filter them in there. But if anyone has any suggestions of anything else you'd like to see in there, I would love to hear it.
I just want to say that I think that that's really awesome. It really laid out, a lot of the resources for me even. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah. Thanks for saying that. I made that like how to find them, because I feel like that's the biggest struggle for people is like, how do we find these magical albums that are hiding? Because Facebook doesn't make it really easy. They're like, go here, go here, go here, go here. So I put like a little arrows, like this is how you find it. Some people might even just be like poking around and they might accidentally find it, which is still totally cool. And then I added that transformation section. Anyone can add to these albums. If you find things that go in here, add stuff, right? It's for everyone's use. And the transformation part was kind of cool because, I don't know, it's just kind of cool to keep everybody's stuff like in an album to where you can go if you're ever feeling like you just don't want to do any your workout or anything one day, literally just go in there or go in the group and there's just like, wow, why would I not, right? Super inspiring. Or if you have someone who's on the fence and they're like, I don't know if I want to do the 21-day fix. And you're like, well, how about be a part of our community? This is killing me. Be a part of our community and see how supportive and loving we are. And it actually does work, and not for just me, but for like tons of other people. You could tag them, bless you. You could tag them in that album and you could be like, hey, look at these transformations. Like, look at this girl. She did this and this, and isn't this awesome? And then it'll make them be like, oh yeah, maybe it will work for me. Right. So I thought that would be a cool addition to that as well. Not minimize Zoom recording. Okay. That's all I have, I think. Everyone knows about Super Saturdays on the 7th, right? Super Saturday is on January 7th. Sometimes it's on a Friday for some cities or a Sunday. Check. I'm going to the one in Sacramento because Colleen is going to be a guest speaker there. And then the health bet starts on the 9th. To get people, we need people for the health bet. People have to be in the Challenge Tracker app they have to be logging Shakeologies and they have to be logging workouts. This doesn't have to be brand new people. This can be your past, challengers as well. If you want to get anyone, say someone fell off and you want to remind them like, hey, this is for everyone. So maybe they want to order another bag of Shakeology and start over again. This is for everybody. So as long as they're drinking their Shakeology and they're doing their workout, they can participate and they can qualify to get the money at the end. And I did lay out the details. I'm not sure if you guys checked. It was like 5 Shakeologies a week, I think, and 3 workouts a week, all accompanied by a photo. I believe that's what it was. It's the same as last time. People have to be in the Challenge Tracker app on the 8th. That's the last day. So if they're not in the app, they haven't accepted, the invite to the app, they can't do it. So remember that.
And they also have to log in by the end of the week. Because I know last time there was a problem where some people didn't do that. They did it at like the very end. So it has to be at the end of the week. And
you're meaning backlogging, right? Like if you missed a day, you have to, you forgot to log it, you can backlog it, but you have to do it all within 1 week, the week period. And the week periods are laid out on that website I did too, which is just like that bit.ly link I did the same thing, the BB Health Bet 2017. I'm going to be adding this to like all of my posts. And I did say that I don't mind anyone using it. Obviously it's a resource. That's why it's there. And when you click it, it takes you to like all the details laid out all pretty on my blog. So if like you're working with someone and they want to know the details and you're like, yeah, here they are, check this out, because they're less like, here's the FAQ, enjoy. But yeah, so I think that's all. 5:55. I don't know how much time we have, but I feel like it hasn't been 40 minutes. It's been like 25, I think. Anyone have anything else I can talk about?
With Super Saturday, I looked last time and there wasn't one. So the last Super Saturday, there was one locally, but so far there's not one locally for this one. How soon or how quickly before the event would one be created if there was going to be one?
Probably out by now, I would think.
We would have already.
You know what? My corporate mentor, Mary, told me anyone can have one. Like, you don't have to, you could literally, like, if you have a bunch of coaches, you could register. You don't have to pay anything. You could have like 5 coaches and you at your house, and they'll send you all the material and you just watch the corporate video. Like, you don't have to do anything, like, because I know some people rent places because there's a ton of people, but if like there's not one in your area, you could let corporate know and just say, hey, I want to have one at my house. Me and a group of other coaches are actually going to do it. They'll be like, okay, here's the material, and they'll send it to you, and then you watch the video and you can do whatever you want. You can do like a workout together, hang out, talk about business, whatever.
Oh, cool.
I mean, that's an idea. I forgot she told me that. I thought that was kind of cool. I didn't know that anyone could do it and they would just hand you all the stuff. I mean, why not though, right?
Yeah, maybe I can bug Krista and her and I can try to get one here.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You could do it. You could totally do it. Why not? A few days ago, or a few days, Emerald and above. Oh, she had Super Saturdays pop up 3 days before that were a few miles from her, Brianna said.
Awesome.
In my head, I would think like by now already, but I don't know. I guess just keep checking. And if not, I mean, definitely consider starting something up. That would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
That way you could do whatever you want. I think I went over everything. Anything else?
Did you see my question earlier on those people that are kind of hitting you up and then you're following up with them? How often are you following up with them? Like weekly asking them? Because I have a lot of people that have asked me and then it doesn't turn into anything, and I don't want to harass them every day, but is it weekly or?
So for that, I would just be upfront with them and say, when do you want me to follow up with you? Because I know you're interested. I know you want to start your journey and you want to have more energy to play with your kids and X, Y, and Z, whatever their goals were. Go back over them, because the main thing is we make it about them, because that's what it is, right? It's about them. It's not about us. It's not about like, hey, I need to hit Success Club. Are you going to do it now? You know, it's like, hey, like these are your goals. I'm going to help you. Let me remind you of them. And if you're not ready now, I totally get it. No pressure. When do you want me to check in? And they're like, yeah, maybe next week. And then I would do that. And I would just keep doing that with them. Otherwise, I would, I don't know, do it whatever feels right. Like if you feel like it's too often, you know, I mean, if you want to put them on the list and then follow up with them next month, you can do that. It's really just depends upon the person. I feel like everybody's kind of different. Some people want you to like harass them all the time. You can ask them too. Do you want me to like check in with you every week? Do you want me to check in with you monthly? Like, what do you want? Like, I feel like that's the best thing to ask rather than guessing. It's just like, hey, what do you want? Like, how do you want me to hold you accountable? How do you want me to check in with you? And how do you want me to contact you? And then I tell people like, okay, I'll put you on my calendar to harass next month. I kind of joke about it. I mean, I'm serious. Like I am going to follow up with them. I don't really consider myself harassing, but it's kind of funny when you just put it out there and then it makes like the awkwardness of it gone. You're like, okay, I'll harass you later. I mean, I literally just told the guy, like how you said, the guy that said he wanted to do the all access on demand thing. He's like, all right, I get paid Thursday. And I was like, all right, I'm going to harass you Thursday. And he's like, cool. I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm going to talk to you again because you told me you want it. You get paid Thursday. I'm going to check in with you. And he's like, yeah, it's your business. I get it. You don't want to waste time. And I'm like, exactly. So, I mean, I would just ask, why not? Right? Like, we don't have to be like secretive or try to guess. Like, let's just ask them and see what they want us to do. Does that make sense? Any other questions I missed? Smart life.
I have a question.
Okay.
Just a quick question. When you get customer leads, do you email them to their personal email? Or do you email them through the Beachbody email?
I use their personal email through my email that I've created for my business. I have Candace J. Rogers at Gmail and Candace Rogers Fitness. The fitness one's for Instagram, and then the other one's just strictly for Beachbody, like the Woofu apps and all the stuff that comes through. So I have it like my signature and everything, like health and fitness coach. So I email them from that. And then in Gmail, I have snippets. So like I have all my templates of things I send saved. So when I go to email them, I copy and paste it. And then I click snippet, free lead template, click that, customize it a little bit to their name and, you know, whatever I have to say. And then I send it off. I'm not super good at doing anything past that. But I definitely, you have their address, you have their phone number, you can send them a letter, you can call them, you can text them, you can literally do whatever you want. You can look them up on Facebook. I think Bree's really good about that. I don't even remember your question.
Yeah, you answered it. You're good.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm reading the comments. Okay. All right, cool. All right, everybody's good. Okay. Don't forget, plan out your next 3 months. It helps. It helps especially for your marketing, which is what your marketing is what you're inviting to. That's what I mean when I say marketing. It's what you're inviting to. So when you know the dates of everything that you've got going on for your business, it's easier to know what you're talking about in your posts. Because if we don't have something we're inviting people to, like, what are we doing? Right? Like, kind of like we need something to invite people to. And in between all the stuff, if like your challenge group's already passed and you don't want to invite someone to like the Super Saturday because it's like 4 weeks off, you know, talk about the wellness community, you know, and we'd love to have you part of the wellness community. You can invite to that, like always. That's always my like safety net. Oh, 10 minutes. Okay. All right. Well, I hope that makes sense. If you guys haven't watched the videos that I made specifically, they're not long. There's like a 12-minute and an 8-minute one. Whenever you get a second, I go over how I control conversations with people, like step by step. Like there's 3 main questions that I ask. And then I dig into each of those questions. And then I create a relationship, add value, and then find the needs that they have and plug in Beachbody into those needs. But I posted them on the team page, and I think they'll be really helpful. So let me know. And if there's anything else you want me to elaborate on or make a video about, let me know, because I have a lot of stuff in here. And it kind of just goes like this all the time. All right. So I appreciate you guys showing up, and I hope you have a wonderful week. And I love you all. And thank you for being here. Hi.
Thank you.
Welcome. Bye.